Hi everyone, I'm Apollonia Ponti, your dating and relationship coach, founder of ApolloniaPonti.com, and welcome to today's video. I'm your coach for you men to master your attraction skills and build the confidence overall to master your dating life or your relationship life. And in today's video, we are going to talk about how to get a 10. Now, I want to be clear about how to get a 10 first before we get started, and I give you some tips on what they look for. A 10 could be whatever you position it to be and whatever is attractive for you. Now, I'm going to give you tips in regards to this, and I want you to take some notes in regards to this because it really is going to attract you to an overall 10. And remember, a 10 should not just be based on looks unless you're just looking to play the field. Hey, no harm done, as long as you're honest and open. But at the same time, if you're looking to settle down with a 10, it should be leading into tip number 1. Tip number 1 is don't always base a 10 off of looks. Obviously, as men, the first thing you're attracted to is something visual. You are a visual man in habit. And what happens is when you see a beautiful woman, you probably consciously or subconsciously think like she's too good and she's too good for me, or I can't get a woman like that. But in all actuality, women that are really beautiful, that stand out of the crowd, a lot of times, a lot of men don't really come up to them because of the fact that they think there's so many men that think like you. And then the men that do come up to them just don't bring any substance, and it's just another day of, hey, how are you? Hey, or, things like that that are totally uncalled for that women have to deal with these days. And the thing about it is you have to bring something of substance, and that's what I'm going to talk about. I talk a lot about in videos about how to approach women and things like that, and I'll put them up here on the card that can help you in regards to that. But tip number 1 is just don't base your 10 off of just looks alone. She has to bring value to something as far as is she smart at something? Is she driven? Is she independent? Is she stable? Is she emotionally stable? Is she, what is her goals in life? I mean, we can go on about this, and I'm sure if this is not your first time visiting, I talk about that a lot in my videos. So you can cultivate something healthy with a woman. Tip number 2 is be kind and be warm. So there's a difference between a man that is just really standoffish and a man that is just, you can tell that is just humble and warm. And you can bring humor into the conversation and things like that. But one part of being warm is being true to who you are. So you're not putting on a fake facade of a man that you think that she wants to be, because women will figure this out eventually, if it's not in that moment, but eventually. And also it creates an energy where they just kind of get off balance and they want to end up pushing away because they just don't know, but something feels awkward to them. So the more that you're warm, so the definition of warm means basically be yourself. But being yourself is really a guy that thrives off of confidence and knowing his purpose and knowing who he is. And I'll put another card about that, what I put about how to be a confident man or how to find your purpose, I'll put up here. Next, it might sound silly, but tip number 3 is have an opinion, but be polite about it. It might sound weird to you, but not a lot of women, especially women that have a lot going for themselves, the 10, don't want a man that's just going to agree with them on everything that they say. You want to have an opinion and stand out and be unapologetically honest. That's the difference. You're not going to be disrespectful and point fingers at people, but you can be open to debates in a nice way and asking questions. This shows that you are grounded as a man in your own individuality, and women are attracted to that because you are your own person and you're not caring to impress her much. It's more of the I don't care attitude. Now, a lot of pickup artists will say you just show a girl that you don't care, but a 10, a girl that has a good on her head on her shoulders, if you show her that you don't care, you're just going to end up pushing her away and she's really not going to care about you. So that's not what I mean. You have to have like an I don't care attitude, but in a respectful way, and being unapologetically honest, again, when it comes to these things. Tip number 3 is try to be as social as possible. I know it can be a little hard for men that have social anxiety or, which I'm gonna do a lot more videos about, and introverted men. But here's the thing, especially with introverted men, you have to put yourself out of your comfort zone in order to get results, plain and simple. Social anxiety is a little bit different, and I don't want you to classify yourself under social anxiety just to give yourself an excuse that you can't be social and talk to other women. It might be, or a woman. It might be the fact that you don't engage really well with other people around you, especially people that you don't know. So you're like, what do I ask them? Or I'm going to sound like an idiot. And all these bad thoughts and limiting beliefs come in your head that end up pushing you away. So I'm going to give you some tools that you can use for tip number 3 on how you can talk to people that are in your vicinity. So go out with friends, go out with people that you're comfortable with, or meet up with them, because you want to engage everybody in a conversation. So the people that you are comfortable with talking to when you're in a group, as you probably talk to this woman, or you're going on a date, or you're meeting up with this woman, whatever the case may be, you want to engage with your friends as well, so they can open up the door so everybody can start conversating. It'll make you feel more comfortable. Tip number 4 is challenge her. Just because you are a genuine guy does not mean that you don't have to challenge a woman. And a woman will probably challenge you, but this means that you have to do it too, but in a friendly way. Now, a lot of you can think, oh gosh, that sounds so crazy. These are all games. It's not. It comes down to attraction. And at the end of the day, it builds attraction, it builds spontaneity, and it's fun, because that's what gives us the butterflies. That's what gets our endorphins running in our mind constantly and start to think about that person is attraction. So if you can build the right certain type of attraction, the right attraction in the beginning of your dating phase and in your relationship, the relationship can become sustainable if the both of you are a good fit. So when you challenge a woman, you don't want to address her in a confrontational way. Obviously, just address her in a non-confrontational way. You can ask her questions and say, maybe she's a musician, what type of music does she write? Does she write, or does she prefer to sing? Things like that. Ask her questions, because it's not all about you and her asking you questions. You're trying to get to know her to see who she is all about. Next tip is your posture, your grooming, your body language, your eye contact, everything. I always talk about this: posture up, back straight, eyes directly at that person when you're engaging in conversation with them, chin up, and make sure that you wear something that you are comfortable with. Because let's be honest, every time you buy a new outfit, you're like, wow, I feel great in this outfit, because it's something that you enjoy and you like to wear. So wear something like that if it boosts your confidence, and really pay attention to your dialogue and your body language when you're communicating with this woman. And next tip is let her see that you are liked by other women. Okay, this sounds crazy, I know, but here's the thing. Hear me out before you start judging. Women, especially in the beginning, don't want to see you as a player. A 10 doesn't want to see you as a player, and this girl, you have this girl on the side and you're bringing this girl out with you and hitting on her. No, that's not what I mean. If you have some friends and you have some friends, like a girlfriend with your guy friends out, show them that you can engage with her and him. But then also, if you are interested in this girl and she's with a group of friends, talk to her friends too. This is so important because of the fact that you want to engage with her friends so they can afterwards, when you leave, say, who was that guy? I think he likes you. And they start talking about you and planting little seeds in her head so she can think about you. See? And last tip, know where you're going and be comfortable with that. Now, and be comfortable with yourself, excuse me. And what I say when I say know where you're going means have direction, have goals, have something that you're looking forward to in your life. And if you don't right now, work on something. It doesn't mean that you have to be there, but it means that you're pushing through it and getting there. What are your desires? What are your hobbies? What do you love? What is your passion? Things like that. And be comfortable with yourself, because when you're not comfortable with you and your purpose and your goals aren't aligned, women can see the insecurity. Women can sense this insecurity, especially a woman that is a 10 that has a good head on her shoulders. Now, I don't always say, and this is a bonus tip for you, I don't always say to overly compliment women. Now, I made a video about how to make her heart melt. This is when you're in a relationship and the both of you love each other deeply. This is not meant to say this stuff in the beginning when you first go on a first or second date. What I'm talking about here is You don't want to compliment a 10 all the time. You don't want to tell her she's beautiful all the time. Maybe every once in a while when you see that she's reciprocating and when you know the time is right, then do it. But you want your words to be business. Just like I say in a lot of my videos, you want your text to mean business, but you want your words to be business, and you don't want to overdo it, because then she can just say, oh, he's just saying that just to make me happy. He's just saying that to be nice. And then it kind of kills attraction as well. So make sure your words mean business, because you want her to look forward to it. You want her to start dressing up for you so you can say, oh, you look nice today. You know, things like that. So remember that bonus tip. If you like today's video, please give it a thumbs up, and also tell me which one of the tips are you going to try below. And because you stayed till the very end, I have something special for you. If you haven't downloaded yet, it's my 7 common mistake ebook that men make when attracting a woman. I'll put that in the link in the description box below. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. And remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.